Okay, so through the magic of editing, we are we are here. We are back, and we're covering today the command center. So
Yes.
let's jump into it. Let's look at these images. See what the command center is going for. So here it is, and some of you may know this. It's not called the command center. It's called the power dome on the toy box. It is the command center, but it was labeled command center power dome playset. It's full, birthright name, if you will.
Yeah, I never had this one. This I
Yeah,
never had.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just got this like I don't know, like 2.5 years ago. Like right
Oh,
before we started doing the podcast, I saw it at a store and I was like, "There's no way I'm not walking out with this." It was like
right?
it just ate
Yeah.
the, and it was for a decent price too. I think I got it for like I think I got it for like 100 even with tax and everything. For like 2022, that's pretty good
Yeah,
considering
that's
how old this is. You know.
yeah, exactly. All
So
right, so let's move on to the next
yeah,
picture.
that's the
Well,
bear one.
I will say Zordon actually looks pretty decent here.
Oh, that foil technology thing that they use there, it still works today.
Yeah.
So that's the ramp, as you can see there. That's where you're supposed to grab a little cycle or something and like ride into it.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, because back then they were like really crazy about their bikes. Now
Oh
they don't really
yes.
care about like the Rangers and their bikes. The Rangers and their bikes. Ranger the bike size. Remember they were always smaller than the average figure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here's the close up of Zordon. We can move on.
Backside
Yeah, that's the backside of it.
with the little cord here, voice changer thing.
Yeah, it has a voice changer up top that doesn't work because it's a million years old, but still, it's there.
I'm sure if you had somebody that knew how to fix it, they could get it to work.
If somebody like knows how to solder, they could probably solder out the rusted out alkaline receptors and put in new
Yeah.
ones, and then you just change the batteries because the wires are fine. It's just the little headers that are rusted out because of time.
Yep. My
Yeah,
Zero Nizer is like that. It doesn't work no more. But my actual Power Ranger morpher does, and it's just like mind-boggling. But whatever.
yeah, it's funny where moisture like resides. So
Exactly.
yeah, that's the side view of it. See, that's the voice changer. You can take it out and make noise with it.
Be Zordon.
Hypothetically speaking, yeah,
Yeah.
because these are images.
I gotta say, it's kind of funny to me because, like, even when I was a kid playing with these toys, I would have never thought about Power Rangers. You need to come to the command center immediately. It would have never even crossed my mind to actually use that thing. You know?
Yeah, it's very much like He-Man. Remember the Skeletor's playset had the snake head that you could talk into.
No, I didn't have that. I had Grayskull though, but I didn't have
These are
that one. So
yeah, that's my brother's.
pride and
Pat,
joy.
yeah, those pass me downs that he passed down to me. Yeah,
Okay.
they were fun though.
Oh, I bet. So there's a little Red Ranger cycle.
Yeah, that one comes with the playset.
Okay. Ah, there we go.
These are the accessories that come with it. It comes with the power dome, the center console, and the bike. Yeah, and it has a little picture of the Red Ranger on there, so you can see. And the other side is Goldar. So if you twirl the little thing, you get Goldar, Red Ranger, Goldar, Red Ranger.
Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Gotta say that little picture doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, it's protected, so it's not gonna
Yeah.
be like a regular sticker. The stickers look all right too for being what they are.
Yeah. Okay. I know what this is. This is kind of funny.
Yeah, that's the sliding mechanism that it had. That remember it can go up and down
Yeah.
through the back
It,
thing.
it was funny to me because that's for the Automorphers
Hmm.
Power Rangers, and I remember seeing the commercial for that when I was younger. you would put Tommy in there, and all of a sudden he has a Green Ranger shield on. I'm like, how does he do that?
Yeah, that's impossible. That's impossible.
Right?
That's
But
impossible. That little clip will break,
you
and
saw
there's
that
nowhere to
though,
change
right?
it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. There's no way to change that. Most places
No.
had that sliding stuff. Like you remember the original turtle layer? It had like the
Yes.
street diorama. You can lower it and then bring it
Uh-huh.
back up. Splinter wasn't gonna turn back into a human when you raise that thing.
No,
They
no,
never
no,
even made a Splinter human figure, so it's like,
no. It was kind of funny though to see that in
yeah,
the
yeah,
commercial.
yeah. And that's the entire team that I
And you
have.
got the little yellow boots.
Yeah, that's a sign of the times, buddy.
Yeah. But you know
Some
what? I'm actually
some of them look
surprised.
alright.
Mine
Yeah,
don't look like that, and I don't know why. A lot of people's does now. The emblems on mine are really bad compared to these. Some of these are really good. Mine are really bad on mine, and I can't find my Tommy, and I know I had him, so it was kind of funny.
yeah,
Did Alpha come with this playset?
yeah. Alpha comes with the playset.
Okay, so I was
Alpha
gonna say, yep.
never released by itself.
I was gonna say I don't remember an Alpha being on here, but okay,
Yeah.
he looks good.
Oh, it's exactly what the figure needs to be. I mean, it was
Yeah,
for like what 95, I believe, or 94, 95.
something like
No,
that when it came out. Yeah.
yeah, because it came out right before the movie and stuff. So that was one of the movie monsters.
hmm
The pig guy. I forgot what his name is.
That was the replacement for Squad and Babu.
For Squad and Babu and Rito and like I think even
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't remember if Finster was in the movie or not.
No, Finster wasn't in the movie. It was just
It was just Rita
yeah.
and Zed and
Rita, Zed, and
Ivan.
Goldar. Rita, Zed, and Goldar, and Ivan Ooze.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because they had a perfect opportunity to. But anyways, that's another story.
Yeah. You know, now that you bring up the movie thing for a second, it's funny. Goldar has no real alliance. Like, if you think about it, Goldar was allied to Rita. He was allied to Zed. He's allied to Ivan Ooze. I think he's allied to someone else in the future show, right? Because doesn't he come back as Goldar Maximus?
No, that's somebody different
But
in the
isn't
show.
it supposed to be an upgraded version of
It's
the Goldar?
no, because the way it comes on. Because I just watched this Forever Red one for a while. Was it Forever Red? No,
No,
it's not Forever Red. It's
it's
the
the
other
Beast
one.
Morphers. Yeah,
Beast Morpher one.
where Jason comes
He,
back.
Jason says something to him. Who are you? I'm Goldar Maximus. You knew my father, or something like that. And that would make sense for Sentai. Because in
Okay.
Sentai, they had a little baby. Scorpion and Gordo had a baby. So it kind of made sense, but it wasn't canon, but it is canon, kind of, one of those down the middle type things.
Yeah,
Anyways.
yeah, but in Sentai, isn't that still Goldar? That's
No,
Goldar
you
brought
had.
back
No, because
that
in the
character still.
movie, in the original Jew Rangers, you
Yeah,
had Gordo and Scorpino that were married. They were actually
yeah.
married. And then at the end, they get back in the dumpster, and Scorpino has a little baby from Goldar.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking that's supposed to be
That might be
Goldar
the kid.
Maximus. Yeah.
Yeah, because
But again,
he says so. I know what you're talking about. He says some
yeah.
weird line like you're another version of Goldar or something. But we beat the original and we'll beat you too, or something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm
I
thinking
get you.
that's supposed to be the son of the Sentai show.
Yeah,
But that's just my own take
or the
of it. I
call,
could be
yeah,
wrong.
headcanon stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's another shot of them. That's them unmorphed. It's
Nice.
funny. The Green Ranger is perfect as far as like yellowing. Like the
Yeah, I
two
see
best,
that.
my two best ones are Tommy and Zach. Tommy and Zach are
Yeah.
still like the white is white, the colors are colored, nothing is faded.
Man,
Everybody
you
else
got
is roughed
that
up.
needs a new sticker. Kimberly needs a new
Ki-
sticker right there.
Kimberly got beat up by the Sands of Time, bro. Big
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I like having a shot of them alone without Tommy.
Yeah, she does. Look at all that different colors of pink. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it's been eaten by the Sands of Time. I should try to replace them all, but I don't know.
I'm gonna say if I'm getting the Hasbro Kimberly, I'm gonna call her Kimberly because that's what they call her. Uh, I don't like the way they do the flip head part. It kind of threw me off for a loop. I will say the spring idea, because like mine, I don't know if yours original one does this. You can only flip it one way, and then you gotta hold down the button and flip it back. On
Yeah.
the Hasbro ones, you can click, and it will just keep spinning.
Yes, as long
So
as the side springs still work, you keep flipping,
yeah,
flipping, flipping
yeah,
back.
yeah. So that was pretty cool. There's nothing wrong with the Hasbro ones. It just I noticed they're kind of like you said more chunkier than the original ones. Not by much. I mean, it's like really tiny. Um, so they did a comparison on my channel. But yeah, this
Like
is cool.
the body wise, yeah, you're right. The body wise, it is chunky, but the arms and the legs are kind of like the same. If you look
Yeah,
at the arms and the legs, they're not that off. What makes it look like so much wider, like a football player, is the center. The center is very wide
yeah,
on the Hasbro ones.
that is true.
Yeah, but
But
yeah,
I thought about replacing them, but at the same point, I like my classics.
yeah, passing down the powers.
Yeah.
The original team, the original wave too, because remember they were supposed to be 8 inches. The original eight,
Yes.
yeah, 8 inch figures. That's them. Through the sands of time, but still, I still love them. I'm still
You know,
happy I have them.
I saw these and I wasn't sure where they fell
Yeah,
because I was looking at it going,
those are your original Power Rangers.
okay,
The Automorpher came like a year and a half later when they couldn't sell any more of these big ones. But
yeah.
the big
Well,
ones were the release ones because remember the monsters
wow.
came in big size too.
Oh yeah,
So
it's
everything was
interesting.
bigger.
It's interesting the Green Ranger shield that way. I wasn't too sure. But I knew they were bigger than the Automorphers because look at the command
Yeah,
center
yeah.
and Alpha looks tiny, comparatively speaking. But
Yeah.
yeah,
If you stay there for a second, one of the interesting things here is when they first penetrated the market, when Power Rangers first hit the toy stores. This is what they got, right? Except for my shield, which is a makeshift shield, but fine. What was funny was like a year and a half later when they released the Automorphers. That's when they did their. That's when they were like blowing up like crazy. You couldn't get enough. Remember, there was like Toys R Us trucks were getting like flipped
yeah,
and it was getting real bad. Like it was like Furby level Power Ranger craze, and that's when they started to do the Automorpher, the 6 inch, the 5 inch figures, and that's when they pushed the Ninja Turtles hard because the Ninja Turtles didn't have any competition in that scale. Because
yeah,
this was Power Rangers making their big flex because this was a different size scale. This was 8 inch. Ninja Turtles was still like 4.5, so
yeah,
five wouldn't have been a big deal. And then they
yeah.
really decided to give everybody the finger by starting to make the villains in 4.5 inches, the 5 inch figures. Because remember,
So,
they did that. They really pushed the turtles, bro.
oh yeah, of course they did. Like I said a while ago. If you were into Turtles, you were into Power Rangers. If you were into Power Rangers, you were into Turtles. You might not have got both sets of toys, but one or another,
Yeah,
you watch Turtles in the morning and Power Rangers in the afternoon, or however they fell on your stations.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's just another shot of them. You can move on to the next one.
Power weapons.
This is the legacy ones.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say because these weapons look really detailed.
Yeah, but the legacy ones have their own charm to them too. I'm not gonna
Oh
lie,
yeah,
but they have their own default. Like one, I guess for season three, if we do a season three, we're gonna have to review the actual line of it. But like
I just noticed
yeah,
something about Trini here.
yeah,
I just noticed something about.
she's real,
Wow,
she's real
she's really is.
popular.
Yeah, she's really popular all of a sudden for being
Yeah, well, her and
a Power Ranger that never
yeah.
had that.
Oh yeah, she's got a lot of personality.
I mean, I think it's great that they did that. Because she is a female outside the suit, but I think they went a little too far.
Well, I like this style because this style, if you look at it aesthetically, what they're going for, they're picking a fight with Hasbro Legends,
Oh yeah,
right? Like scale wise, body type. It's not really going to your average Power Ranger. Oh, this is a head, this is the helmet, this is the boots, belt. No, you're actually going for the demographic of Marvel Legends. This was when the Legacy line dropped. You remember how big Marvel Legends was? It
oh
wasn't
yeah,
as it's dropped off hard late in the past few years, but that's what they were. That was their main competition, Marvel Legends. Because
I
this
remember
was,
this.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember this line very well because I would take my. This was back in the day. 'Cause I sound really old now. My youngest son was still like maybe 2 or 3, and we would go to
yeah,
Toys R Us, and I would see the Dragon Dagger, and I would see these toys and a few other ones, and I would look at them but never pick them up because my son was so young, and you still had formula and diapers and all that to pick up. So it was toys or stuff for my kid, and of course it was always the stuff for the kid, you know. And yeah, I
yeah,
remember seeing these and always had an itch, but then I kind of like
yeah.
bypassed them.
Yeah, this was also right before McFarlane got the DC license, so they didn't even have DC competition. Like people have always made DC stuff, but like here and there, it wasn't nowhere near the amount that McFarlane makes. McFarlane is a beast when it comes to DC. So the DC
Oh yeah,
multiverse. So their
definitely.
direct competition was wrestle. And you think about this, their direct competition was Marvel Legends and WWE wrestlers, the Mattel
Yes.
wrestlers. That's what they're fighting with. So that's why their bodies are shaped the way they are, and it isn't to like start a thing with certain fans or whatever. Because Jesus, why?
See,
But just factually, that's what they were going against. That was what was on the toy shelves. What are you gonna do? It's Marvel
yeah,
Legends, and He-Man wasn't even around then. Because remember,
no,
He-Man has had a resurgence, but He-Man is at least the rebirth of He-Man is right there with the Legacy line. With the
yeah.
Lightning Collection, like so this was like, and this isn't even that old. We're talking about like what 5 6 years, but just to show you how the toys have evolved and action figures and shit, it's just crazy to think about.
Well, I will say this again. I feel very sorry for the Lightning Collection people because they really got how do I want to say this nicely, screwed. You know, they got that Phillips screwdriver head just turning in them, and then got it all loosed up, and it has was like whatever. Let's take that screw out of our system. You know. Yeah.
I've said this on another shows, and I'll say it again. Toei should still be making that scale because
Oh
it's
yeah.
still the costumes of it. These are the
Well,
the 2010 Rangers.
well,
Remember when
see
they
the thing.
did those
Yeah.
the
The
well,
the Disney
with the bad
years.
graphics? Yeah, the bad
Yeah.
graphics right after RPM. Yeah,
Yeah. It was
the remix of
the
Mighty Morphin.
yeah,
That's these.
yeah. The remix is called the Disney years for a lot of the big fans of Power Rangers, and I've seen it, and I hate it, and it's just like they tried too hard. But these look
Yeah,
fantastic. These look good. I like the belt buckles on them. Even this one looks kind of goldish, but that might just be the camera, or the age of it.
that was small as shit too. Like not to curse, but these were smaller than the action line. Remember that the action line that they started making
Hmm.
that was just 4 even. This was smaller than 4 even. This was like three something. This would be like compared to GI Joe, like your
Oh
regular
wow,
GI Joes, like 3 3/4. These are small figures. These were not very big.
wow.
Uh, the Alpha they did a good job on though. The Alpha you see in the front, that's the Alpha
Uh-huh.
of the 2010 season, and that's the little Zordon on the bottom. You see him?
Oh, I see his head now. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't really like the 3D look on that. I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah.
it's
You're
cool,
not
but
gonna
I
look
mean,
at.
it was just like one of those things you look at and go, okay, it's a floating head. We got some Futurama stuff going on here. Hello? Did I lose you? I think
Yeah.
I might have lost.
When I
Oh,
first
okay,
saw
there
it, he
you go.
looked like the movie head. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think I lost you for a second. I think I lost him again. Huh.
Yeah.
Are you having connection issues? Because I'm not seeing you move at
It's
all.
buffering.
It's
Yeah.
buffering. All right.
Can you hear
There
me?
you go. I can hear you. You man, you have some bad connection tonight. I gotta pop up there. Well, let's remove this one. Let's add this one. Hey, you. How's it going? Are you on
Yeah.
an iPad now?
No, I've always been on an iPad. I don't know. You dropped off, and then I dropped off.
Huh.
So I guess yeah.
Well, let's. Okay. Well,
Did
now I
it?
have
Did
two.
it?
I I have two connections of you. I guess you. Well, I took one off. But
Okay.
anyways, okay. So
Yeah, we were here. We were
yeah,
at the 2010.
yeah. Like I said, this is kind of future Rama type stuff right here. Uh, yeah. Let's move on. 2017. We're going downhill now. This
That's the only
putty,
putty they made. Yeah.
and it looks horrible. It looks horrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That looks like the Incredible Hulk has changed colors. Not really, but you know what I mean. The Putty Patroller in the actual movies look like Pilot Rocks. This thing looks like some kind of, I don't know,
Oh,
humanish.
okay. So, hold on a second before we move on to the next one to kind of explain what this is. So, these are the legacy movie ones. Okay, that's why
Okay.
they're like almost 7 inches, 6.5 inches. The Rita there is from the Action 6 inch line. They
Yes.
didn't make a legacy 6 inch, but she's 6 inch, so I figured she fits in fine. And the putty was from the Action 6 inch as well. And what the putty does is, if you squeeze his legs, his arms move like that, like their
Okay.
action feature. So
Yeah.
that's why that putty looks the way it does. But it has absolutely no paint to it whatsoever. It is a gray blob.
I mean, when I look at that thing, it doesn't look right to me because I know what it looks like in the movie, and that thing doesn't look like what it's supposed to. But I guess
But it
that
doesn't
movie
have any
wasn't.
accents to it, yeah.
No, I know that movie at the time wasn't that popular. At the time, now it's kind of getting a cult classic to the fans. I mean, I enjoy
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, and there's another shot of them together. They don't look
yeah,
bad as a team. It's just I don't know. Like
you know,
the aesthetics
yeah.
was such a change because there's no white there. I think that's one of the things that people hated about these costumes, that there's no white on them. Like we're accustomed to the Mighty Morphin, the white of the neck, the white of the gloves, the white of the belt, the white of the boots, the white of
Yeah.
the shoes. Like there's a lot of white, and there's a white in the diamonds and the triangles. Like there's no white there.
No, but at least they kept the diamond in the chest, so I'll give them props for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I yeah, I think it would have popped a little better if they did white with maybe like a reddish hue
Yeah.
inside.
Well, I
Because I'm sorry, go ahead.
I, I guess in the movie, if you had the high definition TV or saw it in theaters, I guess there's a galaxy in here in the chest plate. But I don't. I have never seen it, but I've seen the making of it. I've seen the making of the movie,
Yeah,
and they do have it, and it's really cool looking. But when you see it in the movie, you can't see it. It's one of those
yeah,
we put it there, but you can't see it.
yeah.
So
Little fun this as well before we move on to the next one. A buddy of mine that I met at doing one of the Power Ranger conventions. Um, he liked I was doing Mascara Fighters and stuff, right? He's
mhm.
a pretty good guy. He likes some of my stuff online, so shout out to you. And this is why I'm bringing him up. His name is on YouTube. It's Julio Coolio. Look him up. He
Julio,
does some
Julio.
pretty cool
Okay,
stuff. Yeah. Reason why I bring him up,
nice.
yeah, not just because of the Power Ranger thing, Power Ranger connection, even though Mask of the Fight is whatever, but because he did specifically a video detailing the history of this toy line with all of the stuff that wasn't released.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I've seen that. Okay.
Yeah. He's a
Yeah,
skinny
there was
dude with glasses. Yeah,
mhm,
that's him. Yeah,
supposed to
he
have a
did a
lot
very
more
good.
to it.
Oh yeah, I think it was like a 15-minute video. He was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
3 figures didn't come out for here. They didn't make the putty. They didn't make the Green Ranger Rita. They didn't do this." It's a very. I applaud him because he did his research and he found these images that nobody else had. And
Yeah,
I was looking forward to him. So shout
I
out
would
to
have
you, buddy.
loved to have the Green Ranger. Just having I don't care if it's based on Rita or the whoever was next, but I would have loved us to have that one because the helmet and all that looks totally different compared to all this.
Yeah, in the video he talks. There was supposed to be an alternate Zordon, like
Yeah.
the legacy one, a six, not just the pop version. There was supposed to be a
Mhm.
bigger one. Yeah, this is just like an action shot of the Rangers versus some putties from that scale. And the
Nice.
Rita that came out 2 years later in Super Samurai for some weird reason.
That Rita's horrible.
Yeah,
I'm
but she
sorry, that
goes with
Rita's
this
horrible.
scale. She
Oh
goes with the
yeah,
scale, and she's the only Rita that they've ever made.
I tell the Lightning collection. Yeah,
No, but like
Lightning.
Bandai, this is the only
Oh yeah, the
Bandai
Bandai one. Yeah,
Rita. Yeah. So what are you gonna do?
yeah,
They made
exactly.
so many, and they like missed the mark so badly. Like, if they would
They
have
did.
released this Rita, if they would have released this Rita when they released the 2010 toys, great, because it goes with the line. But they released this Rita under Super Samurai. The Super Samurai kids don't know anything about Rita Repulsa. What are you doing? She's just some ugly chick
No.
in a brown dress.
Yeah, Super Samurai released a lot of weird
Nope.
stuff.
So many. Yeah.
Yeah, they even have a
The
weird. I
releases were
think.
weird too. Like, it's not to get on a
Yeah.
whole wormhole thing. Yeah, but they released the bad guy of the show at like the second to last figure was Master Xandred from the Super Samurai line. And it's like,
Wow.
that's the lead bad guy from season 1 and season 2. Why are you waiting until the end, right before the show's canceled, ends, to release the bad guy? I don't know.
I don't know.
And that was the big Saban coming in. And here is the Lightning Collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I know there's more
That's
pictures than that. This
yeah.
is not the last picture.
I send you 5 sets, so
Yeah.
you should have. I think I send you in like 5, 5, 7, or 8 or something like that. A good number of pictures.
Oh, maybe we did. There's 26 pictures here.
Okay, then yeah.
Okay.
I ended in Lightning. Yeah, 'cause,
Yeah.
that's the entire roster of Power Rangers.
Wow. I didn't think we went through all of it that fast, but hey, that's
Hey,
pretty cool.
we did. So moving on. Do you have any pickups?
Oh,
that you've gotten or anything? Hello. Hello.
Hello, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, you lagged there for a minute. I was asking if you had any pickups.
Not sure what's going on here. Are any pickups?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it was funny because we were talking on the phone today, and then I heard a knock on my door, and this came along. I was just like, okay, well, that's a coincidence. Nice timing. I finally got in the mail. Theoretically, this would be considered free at this point because I told you about the mess up where the guy actually sent me this guy. So I had 2 of these. I was nice enough to give it to my son, so he probably won't never open it. Honestly, he'll probably keep it in package. Not like his dad here that's going to open these and do a review for him and put them in a case, but this looks actually really, really good. Really nice. I know Super 7 made the big Ultimate one, but when I saw that on a review, I think this thing looks better. I think the smaller Megazords actually look really good from Super 7 as well. It's kind of interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like, I would never have bought the Bandai ones either because Bandai started this trend back in, like, when they would do Comic Cons and stuff. They would do the black and gold Megazords and Dragon Zords and Titanus and all that. And Super 7 just kind of kept it going. Oh, no. No, they would do the actual Megazords and stuff.
Yeah. Those, yeah, I know those. The collector.
Yeah, those were all. Yeah, they were the Comic Con stuff or whatever con they were dealing with at the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's a throwback. I know that from listening to Brian Flynn and a few other people. Yeah, I'm happy to have it because it's not cost me $55 or $100 or $65 or whatever the big ones cost. And if I'm gonna have one that's not transforming, I'd rather do that than go buy another, $55 toy that's just gonna do nothing.
Yeah. I actually have one pickup. I'm not supposed to pick up anything because I'm the road warrior right now. So the road has me.
Yeah.
And it's a bitch to carry stuff when you're on the road. You're like,
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, I have my clothes. No, I have to get
no.
these toys. No.
I will tell you. I tell you, you might be on the road picking up a toy or two. Try to fly home from another country with toys. That was a
Oh,
pain
yeah.
in the ass
Oh
because they
yeah,
would scan. They would scan my suitcase. Be like,
I
"Can we
couldn't do
open
that.
that? Can we open that?" Yeah. Oh, it's just a toy. Never mind. It's okay. I'm like, come on, really?
I I only did that. I actually have done stuff like that, but I've like when I'm on the road right now, but when I'm like plane traveling, when I'm like on planes or when I'm traveling different
Yeah.
states, oh, I have to catch a plane, stuff like you're saying. I usually pack super light, so like it's usually like my Moscata Fighter stuff because that's usually what I do events for and stuff,
Oh
and
yeah.
then like my carry-on bag. And if something small enough can fit in the carry-on bag where I have like my passport, my phone, my wallet, it's like half a purse these days, to be honest, because it's like so much crap you have to carry in your pockets. And you've been
Oh
to the
man.
airport, you constantly need to pull these things out. So
Yeah.
and you don't
Well,
want to be
see,
with like your pockets. So
see,
if it
I'm
fits
worse
there,
because I
that
just.
that's the point. That's the point. If it fits in the little this little
Yeah.
bag that I'm on me, if it doesn't, then I'm not taking it.
Well,
Like it,
when you're coming
uh, yeah.
back with stuff, not just for myself but for other people, and then
Oh
I
yeah, when
have
you're
usually when I
actually shopping.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I try not to pick up anything for myself when I go overseas, but when stuff just calls my name and I'm not used to it, it becomes very hard not to.
Yeah,
Especially when you got stuff from Cosmic Theory that we never got over here and stuff. It's like, okay, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Sometimes you see something and it's like so rare you have to get it. Like I went to, I did. It's not to brag. I'm just telling a story.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Well, the hell with this.
Right?
No, but for real. I went to Licensing Expo and I pitched Mosqueta Fighters to Hasbro, to Bandai, to some of the bigger studios, right? And when I went there, there was a coinciding Comic Con, so I went in just like it was like I don't know, like a town over. It wasn't like cities and cities and cities away. I
Yeah.
went in there and I wasn't gonna get anything. I was just walking around and maybe drop off some cards, do a little promotion for Mosquito Fighters. And I go there and there is a Power Ranger booth, right? Like there's a guy with selling like Power Ranger toys, and he had something that I honestly I couldn't walk away from. He had the Shogun Megazord helmet, the white helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had it for like $15. And I was like happy as shit. Sorry to curse, but I was
No,
happy to
you're
pay those
good.
$15 because you've seen that helmet go for like $45.
Oh,
That
yeah.
even the reproduction, the 3D printed ones,
Mm-hmm.
the helmet for the Shogun Megazord, you're not gonna find it anywhere. And that guy had an
No.
original Shogun Megazord in perfect condition for $15. Here you go, buddy. No problem.
Exactly.
And so I traveled from Vegas back to wherever the hell I live with like a little thing here. So that it's a little helmet, but I was happy to get that. So that
Yeah.
it was something like that, very, very small. So, but going back to what I did pick up as a bad collector that I can be, bad boy. Yeah,
Transformers.
yeah. I got the Rise of the Beast. This one I wanted to get it a while back when the movie was out, and I didn't because I couldn't find it anywhere. And here's why I bought it.
Cheap, cheap, cheap. Yeah, 1999 at Ross. Good old Ross.
See what it retails for. Look at that shit. Look,
Oh
53
yeah, of
bucks.
course.
And like
Again,
$20, I can't say nothing. And
yeah.
it was even cheaper because the box was damaged. I don't care about the
See,
box.
my
Like a
question is,
dollar off.
my question is, I know it goes to Ross. Oh, I lost him again. Well, this is fun, right? Edit, 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 edit time, edit, edit. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. So welcome back to the channel, guys. No, I'm kidding. I'll edit this out. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, man. I see that. Okay, we are back. This is gonna be the edit spot, so let's go with your
Yeah,
pickup. I think that's what we were doing. Your pickup.
yeah. In this roller coaster of
All
an
right.
episode where
Yeah.
it's everywhere. So I was talking
So
about
today's pickup
this
is
the
yes, the
Beast
Transformers Beast
Machines, Rise of the
Wars.
Beast. Yeah, the
Rise of the
Rise of the
Beast.
Beast.
Yes.
Yeah, and I got it at 19.99 at Ross instead of 53 bucks. So I've never actually seen it at that price. I've seen it usually for like 34, 35 bucks, but still saving 15 bucks. It's 15 bucks. A
Yeah.
couple gallons of gas right there. I wasn't supposed to, like we were saying. Like, I really should be packing light because I'm the road warrior now. But you are what you are, I guess. You know.
Yeah. Once you're a toy
You
collector,
you
you're a
watch
toy
it?
collector.
Yeah. You watching anything on TV or anything like that, or not really?
Not really.
Work's been
No.
eating at you too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I'm
life,
here road
right?
warring. Yeah, buddy. I am here road warrioring and whoa, buddy. I, I am exhausted. I am. It's weird. Like when you're out of town, like the littlest things take up the whole damn day. But when you're at
Yes.
home, you can do a million things. Like, oh, when I'm at home, I can, take out the dog, or I can do the trash, take out the trash, clean the house, do this, do that, go to work, do my errands, all within one day. Here, I'm doing one specific thing, and it's eating the entire damn day, bro.
Yeah. That happens. That happens. Just like today's my this is funny because you're coming on a good day. It's my YouTube day. I decided to make my Friday, the Friday of the week, my YouTube day. So that means I can just
Yeah,
do my normal job and on my day off I'll focus on my YouTube. So that's everything from recording a video, editing a video, or even live streaming if I want to.
yeah,
Because during the week, my schedule's so roller coaster. Like it's like I just don't have the energy or don't have the time, but I got to figure out a way to do it to keep it pumping. You know?
yeah. At least you're at home base. You're
Yeah.
in your natural environment, as they say.
Well, I'm at home base, but sometimes I think about, I should go out, go to like these discount stores, or go do something like tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it because I want to do it, but we'll see what happens. There's a toy show at the fairgrounds that's
Yeah.
like 15 minutes away from my house, but it's been
Okay.
pouring down rain so much where it's just like I really don't want to go outside, you know. And that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's like it's pouring down rain. I don't care about the cold. The cold doesn't bother me. It's just traveling, parking, then walking to the place, and it's all outside, and you got to go inside of a building, all drenched red. It's like I don't know if I really want to do that. Just to record, and hope to God I don't pick up anything because trying to record with one hand and carry stuff around. Yeah,
Yeah, like I was saying, like I'm carrying so many things. I might as well like my carry-on baggie that I was saying about the little Shogun. You just carry so much shit these days. I don't know why, but you need these things too because it's modern living. Like
yeah,
before, you remember a camcorder was this big, and now it's your phone, and then you
yeah.
need another one for your pictures. Now you can do it all on your phone, and you can do
Well,
everything on your phone, really.
it's funny because like I did do a video today, but it had nothing. It had everything but nothing with toys. It was more like a rant type video, kind of. It was kind
Yeah,
of fun, but
what
it was
you rant about?
how Playmates is going to kill my budget in the 2025 year.
Yeah,
And to me, I rushed it back because I had to edit it. I had to add stuff to it. You know how I do things, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
actually
Today
really
was your
good in my
editing day,
opinion.
so yeah, you had to
Yeah,
go. So
exactly. And
yeah,
it was crazy because I'm thinking about this toy show going. it'd be fun to do, but lately my phone has been having like hiccups. Like at one point it's recording just fine, the next thing it's not recording at all because I'm lost
Hmm.
like all my memory all of a sudden somehow. And I'm like, so I'm that's the other thing is I'm afraid to go down there and start recording, and all of a sudden it's just done. I'll be like, I found something cool, and I can't show it. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess I could live stream, but then it could be really boring and not so fun. And, you know,
Yeah. The magic of
yeah,
editing. Yeah.
yeah,
Now you just reminded me of something, and it's not even in today's news, but I sent you. I think it was yesterday or the day before that I had seen these giant blown up versions of Toka and Slash of the original Playmates line, but somebody had done
yeah.
them in like a PLA plastic foamy looking
Hmm.
thing, and they were signed by Eastman and Laird, which is pretty cool. And it was at a comic shop too. Oh man, I guess they're cool with the creators of the show. I guess they're cool if they signed it, right? They wouldn't have signed something they weren't cool with,
Right, right.
especially at a comic shop. And I'm pretty sure they must have done it right there at the comic shop because authenticity and you have to prove it, right? Like for
You
it's the
have to prove
creator
it
of
somehow.
the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody could put a K with a wiggle on the bottom. No, you need to take a pic, like they do sometimes with like the live auction signings. You've seen these things they have now, where like
Yes. Oh,
an artist sits down and he signs a million things, but you have somebody filming that he actually signed them
so
and they're
there is
numbered.
something that you just reminded me of now. I was flipping through Instagram the other day, and there's Catherine Sutherland, aka Cat from Power
Yeah,
Rangers. She's working with
yeah,
the auction, and she doesn't say what
yeah.
she's doing with
Heritage
it, but
auction.
I'm sure she's signing stuff of hers and selling it with autographs. But
Oh,
she didn't
I
say
didn't
what she
know.
was
I didn't
doing.
know she was doing with them. I know
Yeah, she's working with them.
she's doing some sort of auction. I'm not sure if it's directly through them though. Maybe it's
Oh,
one of
it
those
is.
private auction things.
No, it's Heritage. She said it right on the video.
Oh,
Heritage
okay.
auction. So
Oh, okay, okay.
I thought it was kind of funny
Getting involved with heritage, then
because a lot of the Power
she
Rangers.
might be doing like a. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Because a
I
lot of Power
hope it's
Rangers are
not what I'm thinking
complaining.
of. I
A
hope
lot of
it's
Power
not what
Rangers.
I think it is.
Yeah. I don't know. She didn't say
Because
what it was.
yeah,
She said it's coming up in
you
another video. It's one of those teaser videos.
you know what I'm thinking though, right? Like Home Shopping Network type
Oh
thing.
God, I
Like,
hope not.
hey, they do one of those type things where they do a live stream and they try to auction everything off at once. Hey, look, the second Pink Ranger is here showing off the Megazord helmet or showing off this, and then
Right.
she goes into the whole spiel about hey, this is a one of a kind, and I hope it's not that, bro.
I don't think
This
it's
brand's
that.
been beaten up enough, bro.
I
I mean,
think
what else
I
could it possibly be? She's not gonna create more stuff. I mean,
no, she's not gonna create more stuff, but she might like if there's a helmet she wore or something, she could sign the helmet, and then that'd be worth even more money. Because it was her helmet, she signed it, and
yeah,
I have to say this is the first Ranger that is not complaining about this auction, and she wants to do something with it. I'm just like, this is interesting. A lot of them are, I want my suit, I want this, I want that, blah 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 blah. And this ain't a good
bro.
thing. This ain't a good
How
thing.
bad is it? How bad? I know what you're saying, but how bad
Yeah.
is this brand when when the Rangers working with the auctioneers, man? That's
Well,
pretty horrible for me to say. I would never think I'd say something of a franchise I've been such a fan of for so long. And
I don't think it's bad because if each piece is going for at least 500 plus for an
yeah, that's
autograph
the
from
base.
somebody. Just for an autograph for some people are like $45, $50 plus 100 sometimes
Yeah,
depending on what it
yeah.
is.
Let's be nice. Let's put it
You know,
$100. Yeah. So you're looking.
yeah.
Yeah, you're looking
So
at fifty
for
one
now,
hundred or something.
so now you're getting like $600 for that item plus whatever you're spending, you're bidding on it. I don't think it's bad. I don't look at any of this really that bad because again, like I said before in the past, you got people that are taking these pictures and recreating this stuff to detail now. They figured out what the
Yeah,
stitch looks like, what they are. It's not going away. The stuff that's being destroyed in the warehouse, things that have holes in it. There could be creatures in those suits somewhere. You don't know about. I doubt it, but they
yeah,
probably cleaned them. They probably cleaned them,
yeah.
steam cleaned them as best as they could.
I did
But
see one thing. Yeah,
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's just. I think people are overreacting at this point because life
Yeah,
goes on. Suits can be recreated digitally, 3D printed.
yeah,
This helmets and stuff. People have been doing it for years. You
yeah.
know, I saw somebody
Uh,
have a whole power blaster from Power Rangers at one point, and it looked identical, and then it was 3D printed. So I don't know. I think
yeah,
somewhat people are reacting badly because it's their personal love, and I understand that as a Power Ranger fan. But again, we can recreate this stuff now. It's easier than it was back then.
yeah. Well, my thing is too. Here's what bothers me about. There's a lot of things that bother me about this whole process, but like really the glaring one is that this is a hard stop for Power Rangers. This isn't like okay, like for example, wrestling, right? Let's say you auction off all of the stuff of Roman Reigns. He's the biggest star right now in wrestling,
Hmm.
right? You auction off everything. The thing is, Roman Reigns could come back. Roman Reigns could take a year off and come back and be the head of the bloodline, and the whole thing starts over. So he makes more merchandise. He's not gone, right? So it's a cycle. That's
It's
my
a
point
cycle,
with WWE
yes.
with wrestling. So even if he sells, he comes back and he makes more, and the artist, oh look, Roman Reigns signed it, fine. That's great. With Power Rangers, that's it. We're done. We're done. We've been done for like almost 2 years, and no more new actual official Power Ranger stuff is being made.
No.
That's my point. It's a hard stop too.
Yeah. Well,
So
let me ask you
that's
this.
my point. Like, you know,
Let me ask you this as the fan, not as the friend. Let's say there was a Power Ranger show going on at the moment. Would it kill you seeing all the old suits, helmets, Zord stuff, even the toy Zords that they're selling? Would it kill you seeing it go if there was another Power Ranger show going on at the moment?
no,
So there's
no,
no.
because that means the line's alive. It's just
Yeah.
transitioning to something else. It's just the next metamorphosis. To God, that's the first time I've used. Come on, I deserve an applause
That
for
was
that
good. Okay, okay. That was good. Metamorphosis.
one. But it
Next
is.
thing
It
in
is the
face.
metaphor. Yeah, it's the next phase of the show. If you
Yeah.
stop one thing and start another, that's fine because you're still keeping it going in a different direction. I do that with my brands too. Like here I go,
Yeah.
making it about myself again. But if I can't do something specifically for Mascara Fighters, I'll move in a different direction for Mascara Fighters. But I keep the brand going. If I
Yeah.
can't do this, I'll do that. That's just pivoting for the marketplace. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Like you're saying, if you saw one thing ending here, but it starts over there, it's a lot of avenues you could go into it. So that's actually
Well,
a really good segue you opened up because that goes into our first news. If you're ready,
yeah, let's go for it.
okay. So speaking of Power Ranger ideas and things like that, Brennan Mejia, the Dino Charge Red Ranger, he's come back a couple of times. He came back for Beast Morphers, and I think he did another spot somewhere else. He's done come back a couple of times. People like him. The Dino Charge cast is very liked cast. So he had a video out on YouTube. He's talking about some concepts about Power Rangers, some ideas, showing what are his thoughts on Hasbro moving forward and things like that. So I thought that was really interesting, and I think it's very newsworthy because it's a Power Ranger talking about the Power Ranger brand.
Yes.
So what do you think? Yeah, you should
You
check it
know,
out whenever you get a chance. Brendan
okay.
Mejia, that's his name.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah,
everybody's going to have their opinions, and it's good to listen to all of them, honestly. I don't care if they're the famous
yeah,
actor from the Power Ranger show or just a standard YouTuber that has feelings. It's always good to listen to people.
yeah. I've seen the video, and I've seen other people actually dissect the video. And what I like about the video that he did was he does a lot of common sense stuff. He doesn't tell you like because he brings up the budget issue a lot, which is good because he's actually seen it from the trenches. We
Yeah.
could talk budget all we want. I didn't work on Power Rangers. You didn't work on Power Rangers, so but he has, so he knows the nuts and bolts of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he sees it through very different eyes than you and I. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he sees it from very different eyes. He's seen it from the production side. He talks a little bit about toy making and like the toy process, like having a budget for the entire thing or not having a budget for the entire thing, which can suck sometimes too. But what are you gonna do? It
Yeah.
is what it is. Moving on, the next thing, and I know you saw this, and I know when you saw this, you must have been like, "Son of," I think you sent me something similar. You sent me
Yeah.
something similar. Yeah. And the next day when these people revealed it, it pissed me off so bad, bro. Because you sent me a picture of the Toxic Crusaders Wave
Oh
Three
yeah, because I thought that was
that came
something.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that came out like almost 2.5 years ago. Yeah. So the news is Toxic Crusaders has a new Ultimates figure by Super Seven, and it's pink and glow in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jeez, bro, talk about milking this fucking buck. I mean, sorry to curse, but still, it's like, jeez, you. Oh my god, bro.
Well,
We even said like, I don't know.
it
You
seems
say
like
something. Go ahead.
there's two characters they do this with all the time: Toxic Avenger and Godzilla. Those are the two favorites, and they just keep repurposing the same action figure again and again and again, and it's like they have nowhere to grow. I mean, yeah, Godzilla. What else you got? Godzilla in
Mothra, yeah, all the
Mothra.
other
You
monsters.
got all the creatures, but they don't do it. They don't do it. They do Godzilla. They got Robo Godzilla. They don't even do
Yeah,
Godzuki. I love Godzilla, sorry, but I don't collect the toys. I just like the old fashioned movies. And so they got Godzuki, the son of Godzilla. They got even the little boy that goes with that. They have so much. They even could
Mecha
even do like
Godzilla, yeah,
they could even do the newscaster guy from America, the American newscaster guy from the original movie. I mean, there is so much they could do with
yeah,
Godzilla. There's so much they could do with Toxic Avenger, Toxie, the movie, whatever. They could even do, oh, geez, if they really want to go deep, they could even do a Toxic Avenger video game character. It'd be weird, but they could do it. I mean, I'm just those two properties, those two IPs,
it's
as
the
people
same
call them.
repaint from the Masters
It's
of the
just,
Universe buck. Ugh, God.
it's all the same again and again and again. I don't think they're gonna change. And it's like a
Oh,
Voltron. Voltron's the other one. Voltron's gonna have the same thing over and
yeah,
again. Let's make this Voltron. Let's make this Voltron. Let's make this. You got the same Voltrons over and over and over again. And it's
yeah.
again, it falls back down into some reactions. It falls back down to some of the other stuff. You know, paint job, paint job, paint job. And again, like I said, do you still want to pay $55 for the same character with the different colors? I personally don't. That's why I actually do like the reaction figures in this case because you're not paying $55. Sometimes you're paying 25. Sometimes you can find a good deal on them and pay like $20 or 14 if you have them out
Yeah.
long enough. So it's just Super 7 needs to move on, or to say the line is done. We can't do nothing else. The line is done, and call it a day.
Well, okay. So here's two things. The first, when it goes to the Godzilla thing, Godzilla. Every movie they kind of altered the suit a little, so you can make an argument that every Godzilla variant goes to a specific movie. Like, oh, this is Godzilla 1, this is Godzilla 2, this is Godzilla 3. Oh, and Godzilla 4, he has a half a stripe on his hair or whatever. Whatever stupid
Yeah,
variant you want. But the suit kept getting altered because there was, back in the days, so many directors and so many people has done Godzilla. You could
yeah,
kind of make an argument there, okay? So there isn't
yeah.
that much content for Toxic Crusaders. I
No,
mean, you're already
but
double dipping by making him brown and calling him the Toxic Avenger.
that's my
So
point.
you're like half blurring that line. Yeah, there
That's
isn't
my
that much
point, though.
content though.
If you can't continue on, stop. Just stop, and
Yeah,
then that line would be collectible. That line would be
yeah,
100% a collectible line. And I think
yeah,
that's something that collectors don't understand. And if you keep producing the same character over and over again and repainting the same character, yes, it's still theoretically a line of collection, but until they stop the line 100%, it's not collectible.
yeah. Okay. Now the other thing I was gonna say was you just showed the black and gold Dragon Zord, right?
Because, yeah, the Dragon's Order.
theoretically, as a collector, not to be super nerdy, but there is an argument to be made because that's an homage to the big one that we were talking
Yes.
about earlier in the episode. So there's a
Yes.
reason for it. This is an update. This is their style, but this already existed. It's just a new version of something that already existed. Get it?
Yes.
So
I
it
did
makes
get it.
sense. What they do with Toxie, they just keep like repainting his ass 100 different colors that never existed anywhere. The only repaint that makes any sense was they did the toy version, which was the red jumpsuit and with the black pants, and now they
Oh
did
yeah, yeah.
that picture you sent me, the one that came out with the wave was the show version that he had the orange shirt and the blue pants or whatever. So that makes sense because you have a reference to. There's an argument to be made. Okay, I want the cartoon version and the toy version. Fine,
Yeah.
there's your argument. 100% right. But after that, I mean, what do you need a radioactive glowing purple? Like, come on, bro. Like, and I don't know if you
Because that's
saw the
their
picture,
thing.
but
That's their thing. I mean, look at that. I mean, they got glow in the dark Power Rangers. They got glow in the dark Toxie, the Ninja Turtles. That's their thing. That's their thing. They like to make glow in the dark stuff. And I don't blame them. It throws it back
yeah,
into the 80s, early 90s toy, oh, I got color changing toys. I got glow in the dark toys. I got, but I see your point.
yeah.
It's like, stop. It's like this. You got all of them out there. Glow in the dark isn't really necessary unless you're just like a big fan of that.
Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear that last
Okay.
part you said.
So what I said was the glow in the dark is kind of ridiculous unless you're a big fan of that type of thing. I mean, look what they did to what was it, Scumbug? Was that who it is? Scumbug from Turtles? Was that the last glow in the dark one they
Yeah.
did? Yeah, they took stuff
No, they're
away from
doing
that
Wingnut.
character.
They're doing Wingnut.
Ring, no, a ring nut. That's
They
one.
take a
Not a
lot of
ring.
stuff.
Yeah, they took a lot
They
of stuff
forgot
out
the
of that.
wrong. They put the wrong hands.
But that's the other thing.
They
They
put
do
the
that
wrong
with
hands.
the glow in the dark characters. They take away all the stuff for the cost of paint. I think it is. Maybe the glow in the dark paint costs a little bit more, or whatever they do to use glow in the dark. But they take away all sorts
Yeah.
of things, and it's just their thing, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah. Well, here is really like a fuck you for Christmas. Guess what they did with this one? like, not to, again, I try not to curse, but here's a real F you. You know what they did with this one? It's a card back. It's not a regular Ultimates. It comes in a card back. It brings the same stuff. Yeah, but it's just the big one. So it's a giant card back.
Wait, because the
And
card backs are supposed to be deluxe.
the deluxe, not this
Yeah,
guy. This guy is what he is. He's $55 is what he is, but he is what he is. So it's really to like stick it to people. It wouldn't even fit. Like if you have a shelf, like I don't know, for like inbox collectors, I don't know what's the market there.
I
You've
think.
seen an Ultimates. You're gonna have a big ass box like that. Like what do
Yeah.
you need that box for? Like a card back, whatever.
You know what? I don't like they did that because now they just crossed the line. They crossed the line with their own company's ideas. The ultimate characters on a card back is supposed to be deluxe. The ones in the box are supposed to be the ultimate version of the deluxe. So they just kind of screwed that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you go online? Can you bring up the image? Because since we're talking so much about it, you can go to Big Bad or wherever you want because it's pretty new.
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
I just figured since we're doing it already.
And you want me to pull up the Toxic Avenger one?
Yeah, just you could go to the homepage of Big Bad or wherever, and there should be the little icon for the new Toxie. And then you could scroll the pictures and you could see what I'm talking about because it makes no sense, especially when you're trying to start doing the card backs now, the blister style to lower cost.
Yeah.
See, you do stuff like that. You could have, if you do like a stripped down Toxie, which he doesn't bring that much to begin with, and we did an unboxing of a Toxie in an episode, remember?
Yes.
How much less are you gonna put? Like Toxie and a mop? You call that the deluxe? They're going pretty light anyway.
You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, that's cool.
I could not find on Big Bad for some reason,
Mm, Toxic
and my
Crusaders.
internet decided to be a poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Entertainment Earth. If that one comes up better.
Come on. It's like none of the page wants to actually load.
Yeah. Or hell, try the Super
Oh
7
well.
site.
Well, I'm probably find a
Super7.com.
picture.
Yeah.
Okay. Godzilla Day. Well, now I found out Godzilla has his own day. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but like my
In another episode.
well,
Yeah, it's fine. We'll move on.
all right, well let's just move on. I will try to post a picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, later. No problem. So, here's what we were kind of talking about right before the show. 30 is doing 1/12 Power Rangers Turbo figures.
Yes.
What you think? This is
Well, like we were talking about
they're doing the
before the
turbo
show.
ones.
Like I
They're doing the
said,
turbo team.
they're hitting it. You know, Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Turbo, and they keep going. It's gonna be Space, Galaxy. Yeah, I think they're doing a fantastic job, honestly. And they're doing one thing that Hasbro didn't: immediately completing the team. So it's not like you're going, "Oh, I have these three, and I got to collect these two left." And now they jump to no, they're doing all five every time, or all six, depending on what the situation is. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're doing a
Yeah.
fantastic job. I can't afford
I'm
them,
kind of
but they're doing
interested
it
to see if they
fantastic.
do. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any space for them, even if I could afford them. Like, what are you gonna do with like Barbie-sized Power Rangers? But
Yeah,
I hope they do the other two, the Blue Centurion and the Phantom Ranger, just like for collector purposes. 'Cause making only five is good.
I see the
But I
Phantom
don't know.
Ranger probably
Maybe that's
happening
what the deal is with them.
with Hasbro with them. Yeah, but I can see them doing the Phantom Ranger. 'Cause they did the Gold Ranger for Zeo, so
Yeah, yeah, but that's pieces. With the problem with Phantom Ranger is it's a brand new sculpt. Most of those pieces can't be used for anything else.
yeah.
Because he's not your average standard body.
Well, of course
And
not.
now if you make him in cloth, yeah, no, but now if you make him in cloth, now you have to make armor pieces for all of that. So he'd be a lot clunkier. Because he
Yeah,
remember you remember the Phantom Ranger suit has
of
got like shoulder
course.
pads, got a chest thing, it's got a little ruby, it's got a belt, it's got like side pads, boot pads, shoe pads, plus the bottom black base of the suit, which is that
Yeah,
sort of a leathery thing. It, it's not a hard costume to make, but if you're gonna mass produce it, then I could see issues and logistics coming
you
with
know,
that too.
I do have a question, and I'm being serious. How many people collect this line? Because by looking at the cost of this line, it's like high class people. It's like you gotta be past what a lot of people make. Hasbro was cheap at first, got a little expensive. Super 7 is like mid grade, and this is like high quality, top of the line Power Ranger stuff. And honestly, I can't afford that, and I don't really care to either. Like I said, the cloth stuff is cool, but let's
Yeah,
hypothetically say you have a display case and you have a dog or something, and the display case gets knocked over, even though there's some, like mine actually has an attachment to the wall, so it shouldn't, but and those things, or somebody like takes it out to clean them, and you have a kid, and all of a sudden they just mess with them enough where the clothes start tearing. You're just gonna kill somebody, mentally kill somebody because it's just nuts.
Yeah,
But I see more of those people in box collectors. Oh, I got something cool. Let's just put it in the box. Let's put it in the way. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the next news item is Ninja Turtles of Grayskull, the Turtles of Grayskull, the Snake Wave One is doing some early releases. Some people are getting them, so some actual reviews are out there now.
Nice.
Next news item: Power Rangers Rita's Rewind video game has a
December
release date,
10th.
which is going to be December. Yeah, December
Yep.
10th for the gamers out there. The cutscenes look really good. I like the jump cuts. You're
Yeah.
getting it?
I'm getting it. I'm trying to, but here's the thing. I'm trying to find it online to pre-order. I can't find it anywhere. I could go to Digital Eclipse, and you could pre-order the one for like Xbox, PlayStation, or on Steam. But the one for the Switch, I can't order it anywhere. And that's the system I use. I use the Switch. And if anybody's wondering who Digital Eclipse is, if
I'm
you
sure it'll
have,
come out soon enough.
yeah. If you're wondering who Digital Eclipse also makes, they make the Ninja Turtle
I'm
game.
actually looking forward
Shredder's.
to it. Yeah.
Are you really? Are you gonna pick it up? Are you gonna pick up the
Oh
game?
no, I'm talking about the cutscenes. I haven't
Oh
had a
yeah.
console since the PS3, so
Okay.
it's been
Yeah.
a fortnight since I had since I've actually had video game consoles. So.
Yeah, I'm planning on picking it up and streaming it, probably start to finish. Because if it's anything like the Shredder's Revenge from Digital Eclipse, and it looks like it is, it's only about an hour and a half long game. It's not that big.
Yeah, it doesn't look too long. Uh, Next news item: Tales of the TMNT. The first episode is out, and I actually watched it, so I can highly recommend it. It is very good. It's part of a long story season type thing, so I'm not gonna go too much into it because I haven't seen the whole
Yeah.
season. I just saw the first episode, and the first episode's pretty good. Moving on, since you just mentioned it, Shredder's Revenge has an expansion pack that's out now. And that one has Karai, Usagi Yojimbo, Mona Lisa, and Mando Gecko. You've seen this one, right? The
Yeah, I've seen
expansion.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Are you
And
getting the
again,
expansion pack?
no, I haven't got any of the extension packs. I just played the game like it was an old fashioned beat 'em up, start to finish, and I'm done with it. And when I see all these extension packs, I get it, but I hate extension packs. Like I like old school. You plug the game in, you play the game, you beat the game, you feel good. You add the extra difficulties to it if it has it to see if you can go even better.
Yeah,
Ugh.
but
The
for
deal,
people
the
that are
deal,
waiting for that stuff, it's out
yeah,
now.
but the DLCs are just. I think it's a cash grab at that point. Oh, we got to have these characters. We got to have them instead of going. How about Shredder's Revenge 2? And now you have these characters that are also optional and a whole new storyline, a whole new, or Krang's destruction of New York or something, a different title, a different thing,
Yeah, yeah,
a different quest. I mean, that's the thing. Like with the Zelda, they added stuff to the Zelda, but it had to do with making the game harder. Like they added a master quest, so the game got harder. For Breath of the Wild is what I'm talking about. I shouldn't have just said Zelda, but the game got harder, like 3 times harder. When
okay.
they do that kind of thing, I'm okay with it. A DLC for like a whole new version of the game, I'm down. But when
Mhm.
it's just add-ons, I just don't feel like it's worth the money.
Yeah. So the next news item, I want to get this right because this is actually a friend of mine that did this. So Treasure Monster Toys. They're good people. They're making one of the characters that was missing from the Mega Mutants Playmates line, the
Oh, I hear
1990
about
Playmates
this.
line.
Yes,
Specifically, they're making Army Ant. Yeah,
yes, I've seen the
Army Ant.
review on
He's
that.
a good guy. Yeah, we bounce. He's a good guy. Yeah, him and his
Oh,
team are solid
yeah.
dudes. They're making that, and it just passed the Kickstarter, the initial funding. So it is
Mhm.
funding, and right now it's in its stretch goals phase. So
And let me
shout out
let
to you,
me
buddy.
I'll add to that because I actually saw Pixel Dan do a review on it already. He actually has the sculpt of it. And like I said, they're not finalized, but there's actually two versions of it. There's the original version, and then there's an alternate version that you can get. So those are both the
Yeah.
same size, everything, just different paint job. Again, different paint job. But in this case, I understand it. In this case, it's a one character that never existed. You have options of you want the original or do you want something a little bit different. I get that one. Give you some options when it's a Kickstarter. That's okay. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a friend of mine, and he just posted. I'm sure by the time this episode drops, you'll see it. And it'll be out.
Yeah.
He just posted the first sneak peeks of the box art, and it's very homage-ish. It's very retro. It's very exactly what you think it's gonna be as far as design. The blue bottom, the blue top, the picture in the middle. You have to see the Treasure Monster toys. Check them out.
Okay.
Cool project. Moving on. Crab Pult and High School Mikey by Playmates Toys, part of the Mutant Mayhem line, but the TV show, the Tales of the TMNT, yeah, those have gone out again, but in restock. So there's more of those in the wild now. If you're looking for those characters,
but still no April O'Neil.
No, I think that is a UK special, and that might be that. Next little news item. It's not really Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers based, but it's one of two things that I wanted to bring up in the news things. So Batman's having like a 50th or 60th anniversary, right?
Okay, yeah.
Right now. So Funko Pop is making most of the movie versions of these figures, and man, they are tempting to get, bro. They've made a gang of them. They've made Catwoman unmasked, the Michelle Pfeiffer. She's like her head of the Catwoman body. They got Vicky Vale. They got Bane from the Dark Knight trilogy. They got Penguin eating a bird or like a fish or something.
Yeah,
in like the jokes. Yeah, in the bodysuit. They got Poison Ivy, Riddler in silver colors. And those are the ones that I've seen. There might be more. Because the back of the box, I hate that Funko does this. They don't put what the wave is in the back. And Transformers does this stupid thing too. Like, if you find it, I guess you found it. Power Rangers did that with the Lightning Collection too. Like, I don't know who the hell's in the wave if you don't tell me in the back of the box. That's very traditional stuff.
So another Funko Pop news, though. I don't know if you have this or not. Because one thing we don't do is we talk about the news that we find. But they just released the Red Ranger VHS tape Funko Pop. It's like that tall. It has a removable helmet. It's pretty cool. So it's a little different, and it's like $15. Just like a normal Funko Pop. Have you seen that one yet?
So it's no, I have not seen this at all.
Okay, let me see if I can.
You're editing, if you can. If you can pull it up.
I'm gonna see if I can get something pulled up because I know
I haven't heard of this at all.
Okay. So yeah, it's kind of neat. It is neat to me, but it's again they're planning on releasing all the
last
Rangers.
thing I heard I saw was like, the last thing I knew of was they did the Tyrannosaurus Dinozord in pop form. That was the last thing I heard.
Yeah.
I didn't know they moved past that because that came out after the unhelmeted versions of the Rangers.
Oh, I remember those.
But I didn't know they went anymore. That was a nice like Funko Pop figure for a T-Rex. So that the Tyrannosaurus looks like a Zord. I never got it, but I should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you look that
Let me
up.
see if I can.
Yeah. On another Funko thing, Leonardo and Shredder from the Turtles of Grayskull Pop versions are out now at Target, and man, I should get them, but I'm on the road. I don't have any space for something like this big. I just don't.
Yeah.
But for anybody that's looking for them, they made Leonardo as Shredder in the Turtles of Grayskull format.
So here this is. It's kind of
Okay.
neat.
Oh, this is the Blockbuster thing, right? The
Um,
Blockbuster little box where they open it.
it's
It's supposed to be like a half a VHS thing.
yeah, like this.
Yeah, I know what this is. Yeah,
But
I've
he's
seen
very
those of He-Man.
yeah. I think it's kind of neat. It goes back to like the early '90s version with this emblem on there. They got a nice little sword. The helmet comes off. It's
Okay.
interesting. Well, I don't know if the helmet comes off or the head pops up. I'm assuming it's Funko Pop, so the helmet probably come off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's neat. They're supposed to be releasing all of them sooner or later. I almost have the
Yeah.
urge to buy it, almost. But they're releasing the Green Ranger, the 6 core Rangers from MMPR. But yeah, I thought it was kind of neat. What do you think of
You know
this
what's
comic?
funny? I think they're using the wrong graphics.
Oh, they're definitely using the wrong
Me,
graphics.
no, but okay, this is what I mean about the wrong graphics. If you're, because if you've seen the He-Man one, the He-Man is homaging the graphics of the DVD of Volume One, right?
Okay.
So if you're doing this, ideally, wouldn't it be Day of the Dumpster as the cover, or like a version of Day of the Dumpster VHS?
It
If you're
could,
doing a VHS homage, because this is just like a standard image that that Lionsgate has used a million times for the Power Rangers, and they just threw a green
yeah,
background on it. It's not what it's supposed to be. I mean, if that's what they're homaging, right? I mean that's
yeah.
what I think. I don't know. That's what I think.
No,
Because
it
I've
gets
seen the
worse yet.
He-Man one, I've seen him Batman, I've seen him do for others. That's why I thought it was Blockbuster because most of the ones I've seen, they always say little Blockbuster on the corner. I've seen the Ninja Turtles one, the Shredder one, the Secret
Yeah.
of the Use. You've seen the Secret of the Use box one, right?
Oh
Like this.
yeah.
It's got the cover of sort of the poster of the VHS, so it kind of goes to that style. Like I've seen it for
Uh,
that one, and I've seen it for the first one, so I figured it'd be homaging that. I didn't think it would be that generic of an image because you're
well, it
selling
gets
the image, right? It's kind of
yeah.
like the reaction idea. You're selling the artwork, not just the figure, because the figure is a secondary thing.
Or can you actually see this right here?
It might
I
as
think
well
it's
be Power Rangers
funny.
the movie.
I get it.
Oh
It's not.
man,
It's not. It's
so
not
it's
the
labeled
movie.
wrong and it's written wrong.
Yeah.
That's
So it
that's like
literally.
triple dipping because it has the emblem on the chest, so it's
So
supposed to be the
so
toy.
it says rewind Red Ranger to your Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. Yeah. It's a
Oh man, so
rewind. I
it's
get
triple
that.
dipping.
Yeah. It's just totally
That's
messed
why
up.
it should be the VHS. That's why it should be the
Yeah.
VHS of Day of the Dumpster. It should be the what is it? Jason fighting Goldar
Yeah.
on the cover.
And it would make sense in this
And
case. And when it's the Green Ranger saga, they could put, the green with evil cover on there. But yeah,
yeah,
it's just funny to me. I thought this was neat. I've heard about it for a while and it just came out not too long ago. And of course it's an exclusive for this website, supposedly.
yeah,
But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys.
yeah. And the second to last item, which is pretty quick. There hasn't been a First Friday Super 7 shill
Yes.
interview in a little bit.
In a
So
little bit. I've been looking
yeah,
forward to see what's new because that's kind of
it's,
my
it's,
to go
it's
listen
been
to.
like yeah. Although they usually fall on like the first of the month or something like
First or
that.
the second. It's usually first Friday, or sometimes it's we got the second Friday this time, or something stupid like
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. They didn't do it. Maybe they're caught up with Thanksgiving or Halloween. I don't know.
Or maybe
And
they're just
the last,
maybe they had a falling out and no one knows about it. You never know
I
that
don't
people
know.
do have a fallout sometimes with companies, and they're like, "Well, you know what? You didn't do the right thing. See you later. Have fun. Find somebody else." But yeah.
That's true. Speaking of fallouts, that goes to the last item.
Okay. Good night. See
The
you later.
wrestling turtles are not. You segued me.
Yeah, I know.
You segued. You did that. You did that.
Yeah, I
That
know.
was
I know.
on you.
I know. Go.
Yeah. So NECA, the wrestling turtles are not selling, and since I am the road warrior and friend of DTV 83, I'm seeing that box set everywhere. It is not selling. It's not selling. They've moved it to different sections. They'll put it in the aisle. They'll put it in the NECA section in the back. Those wrestling turtles are not getting over. Those might end up getting clearance.
Well, I
Because for such
saw
a big box,
those.
it's not moving.
I saw those at Target, and I was not impressed by looking at them. I was like, oh, that's what they are. It's like, okay, yeah. I don't see them being very impressive. Now the other NECA stuff, like the '80s cartoon, so like it looks fantastic. But those wrestling ones are like, well, I think I found a turtle set that doesn't exist in my mind. I mean, we talked about how turtles can cross over with everything. They can, but sometimes you don't want to.
Yeah.
And wrestling's one of those crossovers I don't think you really want to cross over to.
It's connected to the Archie comics and whatever.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is.
But the Archie comics wasn't that
Yeah.
great in a lot of people's eyes. I never read them, but I remember hearing that people didn't like them because they were just like the 1980s cartoon in comic book form until later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what isn't selling either is the Mondo Gecko that looks like he's on that stuff. That one.
Yeah.
The one that looks. The one that's been to one too many parties. That Mondo Gecko's not really.
Hey man, you know what? You got to get down and
and the internet crapping out. Yeah, but I think we're gonna have to end the show right there because things are starting to break up. We literally finished right at the last news item, anyways.
Yeah.
But I've had I thank everyone for sticking with us because this has been an extra long episode too. This is probably technically our ever because we did the first half, and now with this will probably pass us into almost 3 hours, right? Because we did a tight hour we did a tight hour before, and now we're at an hour 22. So
we'll see what the editing takes it down to. Yeah. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next CRT Cowabunga Ranger Talks.
Yeah, our season finale is coming up. 50th episode. So see you guys there. Bye.
Bye.